Hey ladies, welcome back to my channel. So today's topic is going to be on mending and repairing friendships. I had posed a great question on Facebook a few weeks ago about should friends go to therapy? I'm a fan of therapy, individual, marriage, family, couples, any type of therapy. I feel that if you need a little help, then why not go? But you never really hear about friends going to therapy together. So I was thinking like, well, what happens when a friendship hit a rough patch? I mean, of course you can go and like ask your friends or other friends or family for advice, but I feel like it's good to add a third party, but not like a mutual friend, because sometimes it can just get messy. So I was thinking like, well, if you get to a point in a relationship, should you try to continue to work it out? Personally, I don't think everything is repairable. I think that you can make an attempt, and that's how you know whether or not it's repairable. I think you can make an attempt to repair it, but some things are just like not. Sometimes so much damage is done, and that's not just with like friendships. It's with personal and professional relationships, like your intimate relationships and your professional relationships. I remember like having this friend, and we were friends throughout years, and when I first met her I was like totally like obsessed with her, because she was like more girly, and I was like a tomboy. Go figure. My shirt says that. I didn't plan that though. But as time went on, I could see that the relationship had begun to get so toxic, and it was unhealthy. It was very unhealthy in so many ways. And throughout the years, I personally, and I can't speak for only one but myself, I personally had held back and not spoke up on many things that I felt, strongly about. And so, which, if you continue to allow things build up, resentments get in you, and then after resentments, it's sort of kind of hard to go back. And so, had I been matured then the way I am now, I probably would have posed, maybe we can go to therapy. And so when I thought about talking to like doing this new this video on like repairing and mending friendships, it was more so because I have been thinking a lot about what I could have done differently. Like, I'm no perfect person, and I was never perfect in my friendships either. And so I've been just doing a lot of reflecting on what I could have done differently and what type of friend I am. I think that when you address things head on, you don't have to lose out on such precious friendships. I also think that if the friendship ends, if it has run its course, that is not an opportunity. That's not an open opportunity for you to go and pillow talk or just spill secrets or even share the fights that you have with other friends or just people in general. I think that that's catty and it's messy, and it shows your level of maturity. And so again, if I could have done things differently, like for example with that particular friendship, again, I'm not going to just disclose things because, like I said, the friendship is over. I don't really see the point of like disclosing things. But had I known now, had I known then what I know now, I could have possibly, saved the relationship. Some relationships, you just have to do away with them, I believe. It's not that you have to hate them. Sometimes you just have to wish people well and just keep it moving. I don't have to be, we don't have to be enemies. You don't have to be enemies just because a friendship ends. And friendship ends for many reasons. Again, sometimes I know you all may have heard this many times. Some people just grow apart, and I absolutely believe that's true. I've had many friends that we just grew apart. No one stays the same, and you just get to a different stage in your life, and you are no longer that person. So that friendship don't fit where you are in your life anymore. Again, that's not an opportunity to say, you have to be enemies. And I think you can leave anything, any relationship, professional, personal, friendship, you can leave it gracefully. Again, I don't have to be all into your circle, your immediate circle, your intimate circle to cheer from you from afar. We could be distant friends. Sometimes that's okay. What drew me to want to talk about this subject because I started comparing genders. And so, not to say men don't end friendships, because I totally believe men in friendships, but I think men end friendships and relationships with the same sex totally different from women. Women, we are, of course, like very emotional. Like, I'm like super, super emotional and hypersensitive about a lot of things. And so I think that in your friendships, if you communicate your needs in your friendship, if you communicate your wants, that, you know, if the friendship comes to the point it ends, it won't be so difficult to end. I'm not sure if that makes sense to you. So I think that men, like, if they're done with a friendship, they just kind of like do away with it. Sometimes they might scrap it out, fight it out, which I'm no fighter, so I'm not about to fight. But some men like fight it out and they could just like make amends. But some women, I think, again, like I was mentioning earlier, some women go to the far extent, they start spilling secrets and they start pillow talking. I don't think you have to be catty or messy. I think you can still be the bigger person and be mature. If you see that person, you happen to run into them or someone to know them, you can, you know, still say, oh, you know, how are they doing? Or you can still speak. There's nothing wrong with being cordial. The older I get, I realize that friendships in general, is so sacred and so special. Friendships are just as valuable and just as important. It's okay. You know, I would have no problem now saying, especially if I think we're just like in a rough place, like, hey, like, you know, was it anything I did that offend you? You know, I really want you a part of my life. What could we do to make these, you know, to make things better? That's maturity. And also maturity is saying, you know, okay, I just think that this isn't going to work anymore, and let's just part ways. I don't think anything is wrong with that, because again, I can't stress enough how resentments will build and how they would sit on you, and that the thought of them, hearing their name, would just make you cringe, you know? And that's not okay. That's just like not okay at all. But yeah, that's just my take on, you know, mending and repairing friendships and relationships. I think if it's really meant, if it really means a lot to you, you'll do whatever it takes. Not to compromise yourself, but I think that there is compromise in everything, including friendships. Maybe like you're the friend that you like to call. You feel like you call a lot, and you would like for your other friend to call you. And so it's okay to voice that and say, hey, like, I'm always calling you, I'm always texting you. How about you call me and text me sometimes? That's valid. You know, that's compromise. But I don't think you have to like compromise your entire belief system and just your entire self just to fit in some relationship. Again, for me, that may not be repairable. And so I think also when you get to a point in a friendship where you're competing and, you know, the trust just isn't there, you know, check your motives and things like that, and check the other person's motives, because it may just be time to do away with them. And like I said, the older I'm getting, like, I'm realizing that friendships all go through a rough patch. I don't know one friendship that has never like had an argument or disagreement and things like that. So I think it's like important to, you know, when you hit that rough patch, if it really, like, you will fight for that guy in that relationship or a family member because you really want them a part of your life, treat your friends just the same. Because girlfriends, to be honest, I'm learning, like, your girlfriends will be there through thick and thin. You got to be willing to listen to your wrongs, and you have to be willing to woman up or man up and say, you know what, I'm sorry. I feel like I'm sorry can repair a lot of things. Just a simple, I'm sorry. Just a simple, I hear you, I'm sorry. I sincerely, truly didn't know you felt that way, or I made a mistake. That could change everything. But if you have pride, if you let pride and just get in there, then obviously I don't know how you could do any repairing. Things, again, are just damaged. And last, just because you've been friends with someone for like a long time doesn't mean that they're, again, like I stated earlier, like, it doesn't mean that they're like, they can go with you to the next level. You know, the person that I was when I was 10 is not the person that I am today. The person that I was at 17, Lord, I had just gotten to college too. Again, that was like the friendship that I had. Like, I was like a little more wild, a little more loose tongue, would say anything, and, you know, just was out there in that way. And so that's definitely not the woman that I am today. And sometimes some people have a hard time adjusting to the new you. If your friend is having a hard time like adjusting to the new you, maybe, you know, they can even accept the change, especially if it's good change, and maybe that can motivate them to want to change. If not, bye-bye. This video isn't to say like, oh, just throw away your friendships. No, this video is saying like, if you can save them, save them. If not, move on with your life. Life is just too short and too precious to have anything toxic and unhealthy, including friends. So that's just my tidbit or my tea talk. Let me guys know what you think about mending and repairing friendships. And if you have any like similar situations, let me know if you want me to continue to like go in depth about this topic, or of course, let me know any other topics that we can share in our tea talks. Again, till next time.